This is Jackie, and I'm here with Larkin Poe on day 2 of Bonnaroo. How you ladies doing today?
So fantastic.
We're in the shade. We're enjoying like the only little bit of shade I think this entire area has. Your latest album, Peach. How do you utilize your sibling harmony on this album?
We utilize it quite heavily, actually. Like, being that we sing together, we've been singing together since we were like 5 and 6, younger than that, like before I could read. And it just comes very second nature, so we just can't help but sing everything together.
Nice. So describe your sound in 3 words or less to all the new listeners out there.
You get to pick one. Go for it.
Blues?
Rock.
Roots.
Okay, I like that. Those are some good options there. What is one song that you want new listeners to hear to get a better sense of your overall vibe?
Ooh. You know, I would actually recommend Freedom off of our record. It kind of summarizes the blues roots angle that we do, and then also we're from Atlanta, so we definitely have some drum programming that I put together, and so it's kind of like an amalgamation of a lot of stuff.
Would you agree with that as well?
Absolutely, yeah. So our record, Peach, we're really proud of how it came out, and Freedom was one of those ones that kind of slipped in at the end, and it was super fun to work out.
Yeah. Nice. You mentioned you're from Atlanta. What are some of your favorite live music venues to either perform or to attend?
Terminal West is maybe my favorite venue to play in ever, and that's in Atlanta.
I would say Blind Willie's to go and see blues, live blues. It's a little tiny, crappy hole in the wall, and it's like where you're going to actually see the soul.
Nice, I like that. So live music is not always easy to translate the recorded album to the live stage. Do you try to make it as similar? Do you try to change it up? Is it just kind of whatever happens that day?
I love this question. Nobody's ever asked that before. It's really like trying to emulate it as closely as you can without being limited by the record. Because this record actually, Peach, that we made together, it was literally just my sister and I. We played everything, and we self-produced. So to be able to actually take it onto the stage with the guys in our band and rework everything up and try to have it keep that vibe was really important, but also to let it not feel stayed. You know what I mean? So we try to do it as carefully as possible.
Give them something a little fresh and it doesn't feel like they've just pressed play. Yeah. They're there live in person.
Absolutely, yeah. You gotta have the humanity. Like go for the gold, and if you crash and burn, then you're just being human. You know?
Amen to that. I like that.
Yeah.
So we're here at Bonnaroo. What are some sets that you're excited to see tonight or this weekend?
Well, I have to say, selfishly, I'm really stoked about the Petty Jam because we're gonna sing "Listen to Her Heart" tonight, and I'm really excited to be a part of that this evening.
Is Sheryl Crow playing right now?
I know. Yes.
I know. Like I want to go. I want to go and see her now.
All right, we'll get this done. I promise. Do you prefer the outdoor music venues or the more intimate club gigs indoors?
Both for different reasons. But man, it's summertime and it feels good to be outside and having those big audiences. There's so much energy. So I'm going to say right now the outdoor.
Amen. Amen.
She who sweats together enjoys the band together. I think that works. What is your sleeping situation like? Are you camping, hoteling it? Are you in and out real quick?
We're from Nashville, so we're just down the way. And we were going to actually just commute back and forth from our homes. But then we realized that the Super Jam tonight goes so terribly late. It's like 3 a.m. Yeah. So we're staying at an all-smoking hotel just in the near vicinity of...
Those are some great vibes right there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, nothing like a smoky hotel room to make the trip definitely worth it. 2018 is a really great time for live music, but also streaming is really important. What role do you see music streaming sites having?
Oh, Spotify is so amazing for just being able to listen to all different kinds of music. You ask people nowadays, oh, what kind of music do they listen to? They say, well, everything. There's no limits. I think that streaming helps with that. Like, there's no limits to what you can find.
Yeah. And especially for somebody like me, I mean, I know a lot of artists, we rail against the fact that a lot of music is streaming, it's a hard conversation and very complicated. But for me, it's like I'm a voracious music consumer. So, like, in a lot of ways, like, I couldn't afford all the music that I get to listen to otherwise, and you get to kind of program your own radio stations with playlists. So I'm a fan.
I think so too. What about music videos? 2018, we don't have like a channel we can turn into.
Well, we actually there's a little like more indie channel that we become aware of called Diddy TV out of Macon, and they're sort of doing like a spin-off version of MTV like for roots music, which I love. But we need more music videos because I'm such a fan. Like that needs to be a part of what we do. Once again, I feel like
bring that back. What's up next for y'all after Bonnaroo?
We're going out on the road with Keith Urban starting next week.
Yeah.
and we'll be gone all year.
Hold on a second. I have to pick that name up off the ground. You just dropped that name. How did that come to be? That's amazing.
We actually, this is such a random story. So we've been making music for over a decade, and we've been on all the social media platforms. And so recently we started this video series, and so Russell Crowe became a big fan of our music on Twitter and like started resharing everything that we post. And so apparently, I guess all Australians know each other, because Russell turned around and was like, "Hey Keith, check out the girls." And Russell texts me and he's like, "Yeah, I just told KU to check out your band." And I was like, "Thanks, dude." And so next thing you know, Keith was like, "Hey, I'd love to have you on the road with me this year as my my little guests in the show." And we're like, "Sure." We love it.
Well, then stay tuned for much more from Larkin Poe, especially with Keith Urban. This is Jackie. Thanks to Chorus FM and In the Key of Change.